Today, the 2nd of September until the 5th of September 2020, we kindly ask you all, people living in Germany, to join our political actions to end racism. Racism is a disease that needs to find a cure on a daily basis. We all need to join hand in hand to find the medicine for it, which is basically us being honest together and treating one another equal with respect and love. Oh, wait. I found the cure. It's called Stop Racism. Okay. Oh, it's called No Racism. Okay. We are all the same. Anyone else with the cure for the disease called racism? The diverse societies that need to find the cure together to end racism is basically us. We create racism and we can end racism as human beings together. There is no turning back. We have to be committed more than ever to end racism. We all bleed the same red blood. Unless somebody has a yellow, green, blue, or gold blood. We are all human beings. So what is the problem? We discuss racism when a human being's life is gone, when we have lost the precious life of another human being, and we just shout that time on the streets and discuss it for a while, and then it disappears, and you don't hear about that problem again until something similar happens again. Listen, people, we need a sustainable solution, and that means daily actions against racism. We need policies that addresses this kind of different issues. And my big point, goes to the government. And who are the government, by the way? The people are the government, and the government are the people. Aren't we not the government who have the power to end this? But does it take to be a government to end racism? No. You need to be a human being to end that and to understand the pain of racism. And why, by the way, does it exist? After all, I don't know. We need to be making the decision and the commitment to end racism. We can. There's a lot of structural racism in Germany, which is even more dangerous. Stop racism everywhere. Please come out all, join our solidarity and political networks, and let us face and discuss the uncomfortable topics like racism to find a solution together. Right now, speaking with you here, there are human beings like any one of us here sitting today who are isolated and forgotten in refugee camps, who are living in open jails, who are experiencing racism. And don't forget, we are in the middle of a crisis globally. It's called the corona pandemic, which has all affected us. And a lot of people are overcrowded and isolated in tiny rooms in refugee camps in the middle of nowhere in Germany. Racism kills people physically, psychologically, and emotionally. If keeping people in refugee camps and isolating them and not having contact is not racism, what is it then? Did you ever discuss among yourselves, individually as a person, look in the mirror and ask yourself, what's racism? What does it mean? Am I a racist? Oh, hold on. No, I'm not. Yeah, no. No, I'm a good person. No, what is racism? It's a question that needs us all to think about it. We have to ask ourselves, including myself, am I a racist? Who am I? What do I stand for? Does my beautiful skin color make me like, oh, I'm the only one experiencing, or does it make me feel like, oh, we are all human beings and experiencing this? Oh, hold on. I forgot to talk about migration. What is migration? Is it a crisis, or is it an opportunity, or is it a human thing? Listen, folks, migration is a basic human right, and everyone has the right to migrate without being called names, without being discriminated, and without being called illegal, crossing borders, dying in the sea, the refugees, the Flüchtling. Oh, it wasn't far. Just last week, a man told me in the train, hey, lady, you have a nice, lovely evening. I was like, thank you. And he was like, bist du Flüchtlinge? I was like, what is that supposed to mean? That means people are being called based on their skin colors. Flüchtlinge, when maybe these are citizens born here in this country, just because people look at your skin pigment. I don't call it skin color, I call it skin pigment, looking different. So they see that you look different, you are a Flüchtling. And by the way, I have a preferable name. I call myself, my name, if that is not enough, a newcomer. That's me. That's what I always say. We need more solidarity than ever to understand one another as human beings. Solidarity and human rights respect always wins. Not money that wins always. Not powers that always wins. Not guns that always wins. Not destroying people's countries and calling them names always wins. Nope. At the end of the day, we are all human beings. We all eat food. Any human being who can't eat food and say, I am a metal and I can live without food forever, everybody goes to toilet. You need to go to the toilet. So how are you different from another human being? We all need to sleep. So how are you different from another human being? You get sick and need medication. So how are you different from another human being? Just tell me how you look different to tell somebody that you are better than them, or they are less of a value and equal than you when you're going to the same toilet like me. Sorry guys, but that's the truth. We're not talking about the truth. Hello people everywhere. Listen, I personally experience racism daily, if not weekly or monthly. I used to ignore my own personal pain of experiencing racism, and I always was hoping for change. You don't know what it feels as a person if you have never been spitted on. You will never understand what racism means if you have not been thrown garbage at for not doing anything, just walking on the street, but just you look different. Somebody feels they have power over you by throwing garbage at you, by shouting horrible words to you. And guess what? We clearly have to work hard for that change to happen, so that no one of us feels no pain. No one of us feels left out. No one of us feels this skin pigment is a target to them. So let me use a chemical to make my skin color lighter so that someone else sees me equal like them. I'm not that type, believe it or not. I will never change the beautiful skin color, the pigment that I was born with. If you love me for who I am, I love you for who you are. And if not, I just have to keep fighting for what I believe, which is equal human rights for all of us. I will never stop saying we need to stand together to end racism. I, Fatuma Musa Afrah, personally, is more than ever committed to fight against racism and fight for a united world with love respect, and unity. I believe no human being is black or white. We are all the same. Only our skin pigments look different. But at the same time, under the skin, we all have the same red blood under our skin. We still have the same red blood. We need to stand together. We need to put politics aside and think about basic human rights. Don't you ever dare sleep good, go to bed happy when you are hurting another human being. We need to come together and stand together in solidarity to end racism. I am sharing love, peace, unity, and respect, and most importantly, equality for all. But above all, reality is one thing, and theory is another thing. We need to act, go out on the streets, and end racism. Don't only shout on the streets when something happens to another human being. And my question is, whenever I experienced racism in the train station or in Bahnhofs or in the countryside or whatever, I always questioned myself, where are all the people, the hundreds of thousands of people marching on the streets, traveling from different places to stand for human respect and to protect people? Where are they? So are we pretending to just show off on the streets, or are we honest to end this painful, horrible, and ugly reality of racism? Racism must end, but we need to end. Action speaks louder than words. We need to end racism. Racism must end. Stop racism. Thank you.